one last question to finish, and just broadly, but what can really universities leaders learn from this whole journey? And you've organically attracted over 200,000 students to your platform in the first year that you launched. Now that's growing significantly this year. So what can universities learn from your whole journey?
We have a lot of takeaways, so it'd be hard to sum it all up. But one thing I think is very important is the need to like reach students where they already are.
Mhm.
Because otherwise, in my opinion, or from my own experience, the university is just a bit disconnected from the students and their interactions. You just have like a third party app, or like the university white labels some software. They're going to miss out on the students who are trying to interact at the earliest stages because it's not where they already are. So the only way that they'd be able to discover it is if the school like emails it to them. But then
Mhm.
this is authenticity. So I think that's very important. Being a student myself and going through like this whole system, it was that like we would launch communities at certain schools, and the use by students without us even marketing it to them, where it's just completely authentic, we'd get to like a higher utilization rate than some of the tools the universities were actually pushing towards the student.
That's
We saw
incredible.
that ourselves when we were at U of M, and then we've seen it at other schools now too. Something else also that just came to mind that I feel like I've just learned through this whole journey is that, there's declining enrollment across higher, not for every institution, but there's generally declining enrollment because there's a demographic cliff. Tuition just keeps getting more expensive. Trade schools are looking very appealing. Sometimes it's just not worth the investment with how expensive college is. And especially now that it's just getting easier and easier to learn things online. So I think just something we've learned through our conversations is like all of those factors I just described, like the demographic cliff, it's out of the control of a given administrator. Like there's nothing that they can do about that. But what is in their control is like how strong the community is on campus and whether or not they're investing in resources like this to make it so students can have a great experience. Because I think at the end of the day, college is all about who you meet. Like you can
Mhm.
learn everything online now. So that's what makes your experience very powerful. It's the community and having like a frictionless way to meet people. I don't think there's anything better than meeting people in person on campus.
Mhm.
Like some of my friends that I made through the dorms are, Blake included, are going to be my best friends for life. But I think just the more that universities invest in resources and ways for students to meet, especially at the earlier stages, the better off they will be.